Hello guys, welcome to the React series. In this tutorial, we're gonna see a local storage in React. So the React is a client-side application. We don't have any storage to store and retrieve the data. For that, we have a feature called local storage in web browser. So you go to the web browser, you give inspect in the particular page, and you might see here you have a tab symbol here. Uh, so in this you have to over here you can see the application tab. So you click that application. Here you could see various kind of storage you could see here. So in this we're gonna see a local storage. So we can store the values in the format of key value pair. So in this key we have to set the key and value. So for that we have various method to store. uh, we have a syntax called local storage dot, we have a method called set item. So in this we have a key value pair. So here we have to mention the key. Now I'm giving name as a key. The value might be anything. So I'm giving the rom here. The value is rom. If I enter this, the value is settled. The key is the name, and the value is a rom. So I want to get that particular item. For that, I have a syntax called get item. Get, for instead of set we have to give a set. So here you should not mention key value both. Here you have to mention only the key. So you function key, here you have to mention key and the value. Here you have to mention only the key, so that you get that particular item. So I have given an item. So if you click this, you see, you get that particular ROM. So if I set this particular string, so I have a string called ram, it's stored. Suppose I have a object in the set item, I'm giving object. So name dot colon. So I'm saving the object. If I click this is a key, this is a value. That my value is an object. So you see here, I value is object. You should not store as an object. You can only store in the format of string. For that, we have a method called json.stringify to convert object into string. So json.stringify json.stringify method, you have to mention it here as a function. In the function you have to give the name. If I enter this, you can stringify, spelling is wrong. File stringify I have to give. You could see my object is stored in the format of string, right? So I want to get that particular value. For that, I'm giving get item. So I'm retrieving as a string. So, but I want to get the item in the format of object. For that, we have a method called JSON dot parse. So next you have to give a method. Inside that method, I'm just copy paste this particular local storage dot get item of name. If I enter this string is converted into object. So let's go to the program and let's do it in React. So I'm just for this I'm deleting this one and clear this particular console. So go to the VS Code editor. Now I have a field called label called name, and I have an input field. Once I enter the value, the name key is a name, value whatever I type here, that should save here in the local storage. So let's get started this. So I have already coded this particular input field. So and I have a use state called the name. So here I have a button. Once I click this, I want to store that particular value in a storage, local storage. For that I have a on click listener, and this I have to mention the handle save. You could give any name here. uh, Here I have to uh, define that particular function, handle save. Here I have to give a arrow function here. Here I have to over here I have to write a syntax. Whatever I type in that particular console, local storage dot set item, set item of, first we have to mention the key as a string and the value as a string, right? So the name comma, so here the name is already in the string format, so whatever the value in the name should stored in this name value. Okay, this is a value here, this is a name, this is a key, this is a value here. Once I save this, you go to the browser, so it's just compiling. So once it's saved, go refresh it. So here I'm giving rom here, rom. Once I save this, the value is setter, right? The key is name, the value is rom. So I have to get the a particular item. For that I have a syntax. To get the item, we have a method called get item. So in the paragraph tag I'm giving, so we have to mention the curly bracket here. So here I have to set only the key to get the particular items. So the get item of the key only we have to give. Here we have a key called name. So once I save this, you could see the output here. The ROM is coming. So I get that particular value. Now suppose I have an object. So I have to store the particular object in this particular value. So for that I'm creating a variable object. You can give any name here. I mentioned here as object. In this I have a name. So whatever name I'm getting, it's stored in the form of name. So what this will be like this name, this name will be stored in this name. So it is the same name, right? You should not mention here. Now I have to give here object. I have to print that particular object here. So if I save this, go back to this browser, I save this. So object is object. It's a previous value. So I refresh it here. You see here. So the name, the object is val object. So the object won't save. Object won't accept, right? We have to convert that object into string. For that we have a method called json.stringify of that particular object. Now you could see that in the browser, I refresh it. So I go back, I type Santhya, I save it. So my value is in when my key is a name, the value is Santhya. So here the name colon whatever the name I'm getting, for example, name I mentioned here, that name is Santhya I have typed, right? So that came here, right? Suppose if I have a array of elements, for that if I save something like if I give another name called Ram, if I save this, I refresh here, you can see here it's overwriting. I don't want to overwrite that particular value. That value should get added in an array. For that I will be giving in the object, I'm store this object in an array. So here I have an object, so this object is holding this particular array. If I save this, go back, and refresh it. I give Santhya, I save, it should saved in an array. So suppose I want to push some data to this particular object. So object dot this object, I'm pushing the value, uh, pushing another position. Uh, Here I'm giving Radha as a value. Once I save this, go back to the browser, I refresh it. You could see here, so I have to mention here. So I'm not getting any value. Why? Because so I'm giving Santhya. Let's get overwriting. So the yes. Once I refresh it, you get Radha here. So the Radha is clean. So after I'm pushing another object, dot push react react, you give any name. Suppose I'm saving this, I refresh it, I'm giving, this is a previous value I'm getting, I'm deleting this one. So now you could see in a clear way. So I'm typing Santhya here, save this. So I have done mistake here. So I have to give push, right. So here you can see I refresh it. So Santhya I'm typing. So in the array I have Santhya, Radha and React. So I have to console that particular, mm, for example, I have stored this in a string. So I have to convert that into a object. So for that we have a method called JSON dot parse of. So I have to give a local storage dot get item of that particular name. Here I have to mention here, you could see here name Santhya Radha React. I have to console that particular name, right. So const get item equal to, so I'm giving const get item. So I have to mention here, have to give a parenthesis, the parenthesis here, const. So it's a spelling mistake, right. So here I have to console that particular get it. If I save this, go back to the browser, I refresh it here, you, I previous value, I'm deleting the previous value, I refresh it, Santhya here I'm giving, I save this. So you could see here, the array, the list of arrays is stored in the value. So you can also, this string is converted into object. You can see in the format of array. 0th element position I have a name colon Santhya. The first position I have Radha. Second position I have a React. So this is a way of storing array in the get a local storage. So we have seen how we can store the particular string and object and array. So thank you all of you.